Hi, I'm Susan Gibson, founder of Vivalor Therapeutics. This is our series on 10 causes of memory loss that you're probably not even aware of. Vivalor is a memory wellness company. I hope by now you are highly motivated to avoid memory loss. Like me, I assume you have seen the horrors because almost everyone knows someone who can't function because of cognitive decline. Today, we're covering cause number 2, toxins. Toxins are all over in our world and have very diverse causes. The body is designed to remove toxins so that they aren't damaging our cells, but when you get too much, the toxins can accumulate and overwhelm our system. It can be a small amount of toxins that accrue over time. The scientific evidence is showing clearly that toxins are correlated with Alzheimer's disease, and toxins are the most common cause of early onset dementia. That is dementia that happens before the age of 65. And we're seeing much more of this early onset dementia and at earlier ages. In order to have age-related memory loss, it typically takes time to develop that. So you need an extra cause coming in there in order to have early onset dementia. And toxins are one of the main causes. So this is a pretty important topic. It is a huge topic and very complex, but I'll try and cover it in an easy to understand manner. Different people respond differently to toxins. 2 people can be exposed to the exact same toxins, and one has no symptoms and the other can be very, very sick. What actually happens when you are exposed to toxins? The main thing that promulgates the damage of toxins in your body is inflammation. Inflammation is this fire that's going on in your body and in your brain. And inflammation is damaging on a variety of fronts. Inflammation actually blocks the ability to detoxify. It blocks the detox pathways. It also makes it harder for us to transport the toxins out of our body, and it makes us more likely to reabsorb the toxins back into our bloodstream. And you probably already know inflammation is the cause of leaky brain, leaky gut, the GI tract, and leaky liver. The liver is the organ of detoxification. So what are the symptoms of toxicity? The most common are memory loss and brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and fatigue. Can be exhausting, severe fatigue. Other things include headache, nausea, dizziness, twitches, digestive issues, weight gain, asthma, chronic pain, anxiety, depression, and more. So lots of different symptoms and lots of diverse kind of non-specific symptoms that make it a bit difficult to identify that toxicity is the root issue. What are some types of toxins? Common household or building toxins include asbestos and mold. Mold is very common and very damaging. I saw a study that showed that 50% of US households have been exposed to water damage. Some molds even release a toxic gas and spores. So this can be in schools, motels, lots of different places. Heavy metals are another common source of toxicity. This includes lead and mercury. And these bad heavy metals bind to receptors and prevent us from binding to and utilizing the good things that we need, like zinc. And heavy metals can disrupt your hormones. It can even delay the start of menses in young girls. Let's talk about some specific heavy metals. Mercury is one of the most common types of toxicity. Mercury is in all of our fish, and fish have a 95% uptake of mercury. The worst are the fish that are at the top of the food chain. because those fish are eating other fish and they accumulate the mercury from all of the fish they eat. So the worst are shark and tuna and swordfish. In fact, shark can have 10,000 times the mercury levels of sardines. Fluoride can be another toxin. And again, this is complicated because we need fluoride. Our teeth especially need fluoride, and fluoride is now in our water. And actually, that's the reason that we still have our teeth in our 50s and 60s, because the generations before us didn't, because of deficiencies in fluoride. So you do need fluoride. But if you get too much fluoride, you can have toxicity, and fluoride toxicity is one of the hardest to remove if you do get too much. Interesting note that if you have low selenium levels, it makes you more susceptible to toxins. Infection is another cause of toxicity. So whether it's a respiratory infection, sinus infection, tooth infection, infections actually release endotoxins. And if you have endotoxin and mercury, that's 5 times more damaging than having either one alone. High levels of alcohol and psychotropic drugs are very damaging to the brain, and even cleaning products and pesticides can be a problem. Many people are familiar with glyphosate, that's brand name Roundup. So what do you do if you have been exposed to toxins? Well, the most important thing is get away from that exposure. You have to stop the exposure to stop the fire. There's things you can do to quench the fire, but if you're still being exposed to it on a regular basis, there are likely to be many cognitive issues. And then you want to remove the toxins that have been accumulated. It's not a simple process. It's a 3-step process to remove toxins. You typically have to oxidize them, bind them to a binder, and then transport them out of the body. There are some things that are easy to understand that are broadly effective for detoxification. One is fasting. Intermittent fasting and a low-carb diet is one of the deepest, most powerful ways to detox. Ketosis, eating a diet so low in carbs that you get into ketosis, is helpful. Even sweating and saunas can be great. You can use binders like charcoal and zeolite and EDTA, particularly for heavy metals. If you have concerns about mold, there are companies that will come to your house or school and check for mold levels and will then address the mold if it exists. If you have mold in your house, it is critical that you get rid of it. It wreaks havoc with your brain and the rest of your body. Having toxins reduces our level of glutathione, which is essential, so you can take supplements that increase your glutathione levels. You can take NAD, which helps with energy and leaky gut. You really want to address that neuroinflammation, and there are anti-inflammatory diets. That means you remove sugar, dairy, and gluten from your diet. Those are the inflammatory food categories. And there are many supplements that are anti-inflammatories. Our own supplement, Vivalor Memory Support, has the most natural anti-inflammatory agents you can get, and tons of them. But the bottom line is this is a complicated topic, and you need expert help. You need experts to diagnose what toxin you have been exposed to and to treat it. They can do hair tests to understand your toxicities, blood tests. There's even some brain imaging scans that they can do. The treatment needs to be very specific to the type of toxin that you're exposed to. There are brands like Quicksilver that have whole protocols, but you need an expert. I would recommend a physician who is trained in the RECODE protocol. RECODE stands for Reversing Cognitive Decline. I am being certified in that right now myself. It's a very extensive and fabulous program that Apollo Health and Dr. Dale Bredesen put on. And you can find those practitioners at www.apollohealth.com. apollohealthco.com, apollohealthco.com. I hope this has been successful in informing you of the dangers of toxins and their impact on your cognition and the importance of avoiding, removing, and addressing toxins.